You put a Hammond B3 organ with her in the studio and black choir, well, fasten your seatbelts, it was on with Dottie. She could carry the mail.
Just enough joy to walk with my Lord. Just enough peace to give this soul relief, child. I've got to keep on.
The completed album, It's the Soul of Me, would go on to win a Grammy. But it wasn't as well received down in Mississippi, where Dottie was scheduled to perform.
I got a letter to me from the KKK saying, if you come to Jackson, Mississippi, we're going to kill you. So we had to get, I think there was 8 or 9 FBI's that stood in the edges of the velvet curtains, and they all had guns. And the building was packed, and I just walked up to the mic and I said, I got a letter from the KKK warning me not to come here. If y'all want to kill me, I said, go for it. And the crowd stood up and cupped their hands and said, forgive our city, we're sorry, we're sorry. It's the greatest feeling in the world. You see, try the Lord and see that He's good.
I'm talking about the church in the book of Revelation. It's built on the rock, brother. It's got a firm foundation. It's been through the flood, oh yes, and it's been right down through the fire. One of these days, that church is gonna blow way up higher. It's the church.
In gospel music, you have very few superstars, and she is actually one of the superstars. In gospel music, she's Dolly Parton, she's Elvis Presley.
You never mentioned him to me.
Dottie has been singing gospel since her religious conversion at a Kentucky church, age 12. Her alcoholic father did not take the news too kindly.
Dad jumped out of the bed, and Mom had him to plant an acre of corn for her to can in the fall. And Daddy was so mad, he went out there and tore the whole acre of corn down.
Faced with a choice of giving up Christian music or leaving home, Dottie took to the road.
She traveled all over the country through Greyhound buses. At just, 13, 14 years old. She would sing in one church, and then the pastor there might hear her and invite her to his church. So that's how she mainly got around, was through word of mouth.
Life on the road was difficult and dangerous. And so at the age of 16, Dottie married the man who would become her singing partner, Buck Rambo. Their marriage would be an unhappy one, but it provided the respectability a female performer needed in the gospel world.
Has captured my soul. I'm a prisoner of love. I'm a prisoner of love. A slave to the master.
A woman can't be on the road with a bunch of guys who are in a band. That's leading us into temptation. So she got her start because she performed with her husband. Then the daughter came along, Reba, and then it becomes the trio.
I seek no reward. I seek no reward in this world below. In this world below, oh, but payday will come.
And so she really makes her name for herself as two ways: part of the Rambo trio, and then as a songwriter, because she's writing all these great songs.
Dottie Rambo would eventually write over 2,500 songs. Although her lyrics concerned the gospel, their inspiration was often found closer to home.
every heartbreak I had, I got a new song. I thought, Lord, please don't break my heart to give me another song, but it seemed to work that way. If I could count the tears that have fallen, it would seem like an ocean to me. And I guess if my heart were a window you could look through, oh, the pain and scars you would see. But
Dottie was markedly more devout than previous generations of gospel performers. She frequently blurred the line between entertainment and ministry.
I never could see myself as just an entertainer. When it came down to the very end and we're going to say goodnight, a part of me could never leave without saying, is there anybody in here that needs Jesus? I want to pray for you, just where you're standing. And I just love to do that, and because you never know who you're going to miss.
Never